Hello, I'm Rod Ragnar. This is Not Your Family, Not Your Friend Book Reviews. Book reviews without a conflict of interest. I don't get paid for these reviews. I don't swap reviews with other authors. I'm obviously not your parent or your family member or even your friend, so you can't guilt me into giving you a good review. I hope these reviews are constructive, they're honest, and they're mostly reviews of independent self-published authors. Today I'm reviewing Not Lost for Looking by Boeger. The first thing I noticed about this book was that the author doesn't use quotation marks, and that the speaker attributions are not necessarily connected to dialogue, and that she has some creative ideas of indenting. So I'm not quite sure why she chose to format her book this way, or if it was because literary conventions frustrated her, or she doesn't know about literary conventions, but you need to learn your craft, and if you don't do this, what it does, for me, for this reviewer in any cases, I find it very frustrating because quotation marks and speaker attributions and proper indenting help the reader to understand and enjoy the book. And in the case of Not Lost for Looking, the more characters that were introduced without the use of quotation marks and proper indenting, I was often wondering who was saying what. That takes you out of the reading experience, and that's something that an author doesn't want the reader to have to do. The author also doesn't indent that much, and today with emails and social media, readers are used to speaking in small sentences and even sentence fragments, and if you don't indent, your book appears with solid blocks of type, and that can be intimidating for today's reader. If you find that the site you upload your work to skews your formatting, you should go back to the directions, because they're very specific, and if you follow them, it'll come out pretty good. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to your work, and you really owe it to your readers to persevere and get it right. So despite being frustrated and a bit annoyed, I persevered, and I'm glad I did, because Not Lost for Looking is a good novel. So what's the book about? It's about a middle-aged woman, Rose, who his marriage is deteriorating, and in her family, when it gets tough, when the going gets tough, the tough go fly fishing, and that's what she does to relieve the turmoil in her life. So one day she's out in the Sierra Nevadas, where the book is set, and she's looking for a creek to go fly fishing, and she comes across a young woman wandering in the middle of nowhere, and she picks her up, and the woman's name is Glory, and they find out that they're in similar positions in their life, and they become good friends. And as the novel unfolds, they hook up with two likable but marginalized kind of ruffians for some serious drinking and some reflective fly fishing. As Rose's marriage disintegrates, Glory's past comes to the fore, and it's very mysterious, and in the end defies love and logic. Boeger's imagery is fantastic. I mean, she really writes magical. She writes about magic a bit, but her descriptive passages are magical. She uses, they're like a modernistic painting. They're vivid but indistinct, and they kind of coalesce in your own mind. Her descriptive passages include mood, personality of the place, its demons, its desires. The landscape to her is really a character, and she does it very well. She's also characterizes with action, so the plot moves along quite quickly, which is good. And she's got good diction. She has the ability to get just the right word, but despite that, she uses a lot of profanity. And I thought a number of times that there was a better adjective than the F word. But perhaps she was just lazy at that moment. The ending was dissatisfying for me and unsatisfactory. And I understand that literary endings don't have to tie up loose ends and resolve all the issues. We can kind of leave it to the reader's imagination. But I felt she had lots of options, and the one she chose was really bizarre. On Amazon, I'd say that this book the writing was great. There was no sex, very little sex. There was not much violence, some violence, not much violence, and it was written in the first person. I'd give it a 4-star rating, which is good. I liked it. I downloaded this book free from Smashwords. That's part of my ongoing commitment to review independent self-published authors. The text version of this book is available on Amazon, Goodreads, Library Thing, Barnes & Noble, Booklikes, Google Books, and Smashwords. For free books or books you can win, there's links at the end of this video. Thanks, Boeger, for your hard work and commitment to this worthwhile endeavor. Remember to keep writing, and remember what Nietzsche said, art is a proper task in life.